Hi there. This is Stanley, the wise woman. Um, I was just listening to Conversations with God, I think, book. Um, hmm, I don't remember which book. I'm very busy in all three of them, letting the information sink in and inform my own truth. And one of the powerful things that I snapped my attention to today was the comment about it's easier for us as human beings to be okay with being evil or like the devil than like God. It's easier for us to think of ourselves as devil like, sinners, imperfect, incapable, bad, guilty, ashamed, embarrassed, all these negative things that we attribute to negativity. We're plenty okay with being all that. I'm just trying to get the light off of this weird shining going on here, but that's okay. Um, I have this halo going on today. Yes? Okay. Um, because I want to claim being godlike. I would rather claim being like my creator rather than not like my creator. Um, it's real interesting that religions that we tend to look to for inspiration and enlightenment and upliftment have pretty well convinced us that we are sinners from birth, that we will never acquire the godlike qualities that we so long to, that we have to work really hard to be acceptable or good enough, and we will never reach good enough or perfection or any of that. When the very concept, the very foundation of most religions is that we are created by a loving intelligence in that creator's likeness and image, in the likeness and image of the creator. I suppose the word image throws us off a little bit because we think of image as, a visual cue, a look. And in my opinion, if God is just another great big giant man with a bad temper and a rather fickle attention span, who needs that? Testing me to see if I'm good enough, punishing me endlessly if I don't act right according to some rule that gets changed every few hundred years or so. Gosh, 50 years ago, people had to confess the sin. If they were Catholic, they had to confess the sin that they ate red meat on Friday. And today, the Catholic Church says that's okay. So I guess God changed his mind. That's really hard. I have a hard time with that. Personally, I have a hard time with that. I need the God that I believe in and depend on and give credit to and am respectful of and grateful to. I need that God to be accountable, consistent. I need that God to know that it knows that it knows and not be changing its mind as to what is right and what is wrong and what is good and what is bad and what is up and what is down and what is dark and what is light. I need I need a higher intelligence than just another human being who's a big angry man. that will take out vengeance and anger and irritation on poor little stupid me, who's never going to amount to being good enough anyway. It just doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm throwing it out there for y'all to think about and maybe write some comments about your idea of this human propensity for identifying with the devil, Satan, hell, sinner, not good enough, actually in denial of God. Now, I think that most Judeo-Christian religionists would not appreciate the idea that denying that they are the likeness of God is, well, what is the word? Denial. It's the same thing that Judas of the Bible was so hated for. And I guess Jesus told him that he would deny him 3 times, even though he was professing his devotion and love and loyalty. But we all do that when we deny that we are perfect, whole, complete, brilliant, intelligent, loving, compassionate, understanding, powerful, healing beings, spiritual beings, with the power and the presence of God in every one of us. Just as Jesus said, don't worship me, follow what I do, follow my example. Don't follow me, don't be my fan. Jesus didn't need a fan page. Jesus was happy to be the example of what we all are. And that's what he taught and that's what he said. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It provoked me quite a bit, as you can tell. And I thought I would check and just see what other people might think or have to say about that. Personally, I would rather identify with God, a powerful, loving, creative, understanding, accepting, accountable, consistent, abundant, and beautiful God. And so I hope you'll join me. I think a world, a planet full of human God aspirers or protege, God proteges, there we are, God protege. A world or a planet of God proteges would be a much more beautiful, sane, and healthy place than a planet full of sinners denying who they are. So think about that for a little while, and I'll see you again sometime soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.